Round 10 of the 2014 NASCAR Canadian Tire Series rolls into Barrie Speedway. As the year draws to a close, this tough little bull ring's going to try to tame some of the best in the business.
With just 2 races to go, this tight, tough, relentless speed plant will host a no-holds-barred 300-lap race. J.R. Fitzpatrick, a.k.a. Mr. Mosport, with a dominating win, put a new twist into Dumoulin's points lead. Now, with all eyes on a championship run, Barrie Speedway opens its doors to what will be a punch-em-up, drag-em-out race with 3,000-pound NASCAR stock cars. At Barrie Speedway, there is no place to hide. We're in Oro Station, just north of Barrie, Ontario, for the Wahta Springs 300. This is race number 10 of the 2014 NASCAR Canadian Tire Series, presented by Mobil 1. Hello, everyone, and welcome to a gorgeous end-of-summer evening here at the doorstep to Cottage Country. I'm Dave Bradley. Joining me is veteran racer Billy Rouse Jr. And trackside, we have Spencer Lewis and Carly Hayward. Billy, this is my home track, and I'll tell you, every time the series pulls into this place, it erupts with excitement and anticipation.
Well, Dave, this is a true Saturday night short track event. This place is 300 laps of action, and I'll tell you, you got to be up on the wheel all 300 laps, and if there's a wreck, I said, when there's a wreck, you better be in front of it. There's not a lot of escape routes.
Saying that starting up front means a lot, so let's send it down trackside to Spencer Lewis with a look at tonight's front row. Spencer?
Thanks, Dave. He was fast in practice and even faster in time trials. J.R. Fitzpatrick topped them all here in qualifying. The Cambridge, Ontario resident knocked down a lap time of 14.22 seconds with an average speed of 84.3 miles per hour for his 16th career NASCAR Canadian Tire Series pole. Guys, I spoke with J.R. earlier on in driver introductions. He says that the 84 team is happy with their ride tonight, but hope to make it even better throughout the course of the 300-lapper. J.R. will start right alongside car number 15, Stephen Matthews. A former Barrie Speedway weekly regular, Matthews loves the rough and tumble style of Barrie Speedway and should have exactly what it takes to keep his number 15 at the front of the field here this evening.
Thanks, Spencer. As the drivers get buckled in, let's take a look at the points battle, and it is tightening up a little bit. J.R. Fitzpatrick, with his win last week, took a small chunk out of LP Dumoulin's 26-point lead.
Well, Dave, he picked up 7 points, and being 19 markers behind, don't count the 84 out.
But you have to think Dumoulin and Fitzpatrick are the only ones in the championship conversation now, don't you think, Billy?
Mathematically, Rangers got a shot at it, but most guys are just going for wins because the 2 top guys are going to chase the prize.
Another one of those drivers going for a win, the Castrol Dodge of DJ Kennington. With more on his season, here's Carly. Carly?
Thanks, Dave. 2-time champion DJ Kennington hasn't been having a dream season. Crew chief Dave White has been struggling with the car all year long, but he and DJ are determined they can get the car figured out and they can get a win before the season wraps up. Barrie Speedway is a likely place this could happen. The 37-year-old, he has 3 previous wins at this track.
Always exciting to watch, Carly. And now let's send it back down trackside to the voice of NASCAR in Canada, Mr. Adam Ross, for the command.
Now, race fans, for the most famous words in motorsports, it's my pleasure to welcome once again the managing director of Wahta Springs, Brian Ramsey, to give tonight's command.
Drivers, start your engines.
Fire it up. Okay, buddy, fire it up. Let's go have some fun tonight.
Listen to all that NASCAR horsepower come to life. The spotters tell them to bring it to life, and bring it to life they will tonight.
And have some fun. For some drivers, this track will be fun. For others, this is going to be anything but. It will be an all-out, knock-em-down, drag-em-out war. Erica Thiering making another start here, her first at Barrie Speedway, a track very similar to her home track back in Edmonton. There's a good look at the 95 of Anthony Simone. Has been racing a late model here on a regular basis at Barrie Speedway, and Andrew Ranger really needs a good run behind the wheel of that Mopar Dodge. As the field starts to roll off, we'll take a look at the Gaunt Collision starting lineup. There's J.R. Fitzpatrick, your pole sitter, Stephen Matthews alongside.
Row number 2, the 22 of Scott Steckley, and the 3 of Jason Hathaway.
Remember, he won here last year. We'll look back to row number 3. There's Anthony Simone in the 95, and your points leader, the 47 of LP Dumoulin.
Row number 4, Jeff Lapsovich in the Dodge, the Tim Horton Special, and 18 is Alex Tagliani.
Back to row number 5, Joey McComb, former home track for him, used to run a late model here on a weekly basis, and the 02 of Mark Dilley.
DJ Kennington in the 17 Castrol Dodge and the 98 of Larry Jackson.
Back to row number 7, there's young Noel Dowler in the 5 and Andrew Ranger in the 27.
Row number 8 brings us the 9 of Kerry Mix in a brand new ride tonight, and the 56 of Matthew Scannell.
And the final row of the evening, row number 9, Erica Thiering in the 72, and we'll see her at Kawartha for the season finale as well.
Dave will take a look at the E3 Spark Plugs race analysis. We've already said it, 300 laps on this little 1/3 mile bull ring. Last year's winner, Jason Hathaway in the 3, and as you stated, 20 degrees, a perfect night for stock car racing.
Now let's go back to Carly in the pits with tonight's Leland lead up to the green. Carly?
It's been a busy morning, to say the least, for the crew of the O2 of Mixed Motorsports. Driver Mark Dilley said he felt a vibration in the engine during first practice, so the crew opted to change out the engine, missing much of second practice while doing so. Didn't seem to have faced Dilley all that much, though. He came out in qualifying and got himself a 10th place starting position. And with some more recent developments out of the O2 shop, here's Spencer Lewis.
Thanks, Carly. It gets even more interesting for the Mount Albert, Ontario-based team. This afternoon, former series champion DJ Kennington showed up to Barrie Speedway with a fully functional, race-ready backup car. 1 hour before time trials, local businessman Gord Coates purchased that vehicle and enlisted Kerry Mix to drive it as the newly renumbered number 9 here this evening, with plans of campaigning the same car at Kawartha Speedway for round 11 of the series, with former late model track champion Dwayne Baker to close out the 2014 season.
Gord Coates, a lover of racing, a former owner and operator of Barrie Speedway. Be interesting to see how that car does tonight and at Kawartha as we get set for the green flag here in the Wahta Springs 300. J.R. Fitzpatrick, Stephen Matthews off of turn number 4, and we're green.
All kinds of wheel spin, but the 3 Hathaway dives down to the bottom to get down to that preferred line here at Barrie Speedway.
But they all started to bump it. It created an accordion effect. In turn 1 and 2, we stayed green, but a little bit of body damage on a number of those mid-pack cars.
Got to remember, Dave, that championship is point by point, and JR just picked up a bonus point for leading that lap.
Very important in the big picture. And there is the WeatherTech.ca number 47 of LP Dumoulin. Finally gets to the inside, takes a little bump from the 18 of Alex Tagliani.
And he takes another one. That wasn't a bump, that was a ram job.
He's up on the outside, and he is steering as LP Dumoulin trying to find the handle on his Dodge Challenger.
He did show respect, though, Dave. He got into him, got him loose, but he did back off and allow him to gather things up and carry on. He does recognize that the 47 is in the championship hunt. The 18 is not.
Good sportsmanship. There you have a good look at the Leland 02. We'll take another look at this initial start. Actually, it's a couple laps in. That's where Tagliani gets into the 47 of LP Dumoulin, but boy, he almost lost it in 1 and 2.
Mark Dilley, the 02, showing that he knows his way around this racetrack, currently in 5th spot.
Yeah, he's got a lot of laps here. He's raced in the old Cascar Sportsman days. He's run a late model here for years. And this back up towards the front of the field. A battle for second spot. Stephen Matthews in the Bill Matthews Ford. The 15 up on the outside. The Canadian Tire Dodge. The 22 of Scott Steckley working him down low.
The 22 in the preferred line, that's for sure, but you got to get the drive up off the corner, and that's where the 15's got the advantage. He keeps the motor wound up, and he's able to hold him off down the straightaway.
And look at that shot for our brand new Gopher cab as the cars beat and bang through 1 and 2. This gives you an idea of the speed difference from here at Barrie Speedway back to Canadian Tire Motorsport Park. They were flying there. This is a tough track.
The 15 car just lost the 3rd position to the 3 of Jason Hathaway.
Well, we've talked about it already, that the 3 of Hathaway has been super solid here in the past at Barrie Speedway, picking up a win last year. You remember picking up a victory at Autodrome Chaudière earlier on this season as well, as we see a battle now for 13th spot between the 9 of Kerry Mix and the 98 of Larry Jackson. Kerry Mix coming on, but you have to look at that 3 car being good here today.
Well, the 3 car has been strong at almost every oval. You know, barring trouble, mechanical, and getting caught up in somebody else's stuff, Hathaway's been stout.
Pressure for the lead now. J.R. Fitzpatrick has led since the initial drop of the green, but Scott Steckley trying to diamond off 1 and 2. You can hear the valence of the 22 dragging on the ground a little bit, but still cannot make up the ground as Don Thompson Jr. watches on. His driver, J.R. Fitzpatrick, leads. This NASCAR on TSN program from Barrie, Ontario is brought to you by Castrol Edge. We don't stop at strong. By Mopar, authentic performance. And by E3 Spark Plugs, born to burn. Things are heating up at the front as the leaders are coming up on the lapped car of Erica Thiering and a Rookie of the Year contender, Matthew Skiddell. Both those drivers are nose to tail, but look at now, the top 3 all covered by a blanket.
J.R. Fitzpatrick is only using up what race car he needs right now. We know he's a loud pedal specialist, but he's also a realist. 300 laps here at Barrie. You got to finish them all.
And of course, Erica Thiering in the AlbertaIsHiring.com number 72. Take a stock car drive test today at Edmonton Raceway as her parents run Edmonton International Raceway. Of course, the series stopping there for the first time here in 2014. And Erica doing very well, finishing inside the top 10.
Mark Dilley showing his way around as he chases the 15. That's going to be a race for fourth.
You can see the gap now. Look ahead of the 15 of Stephen Matthews. You see the top three. They're already a set of corners ahead of this battle for fourth spot.
The only two Fords in the field, nose to tail, Dave.
And that glare, you saw it on the back of the camera. There it is going into turn number one. That is going to affect these drivers' vision here very, very shortly.
Well, the problem with that sun is the angle, Dave. It comes right across the A-pillar post on the passenger side. And because these Lexan windows aren't perfect, it just sets up a real bad blind spot.
Back to your lead battle, the 84 of J.R. Fitzpatrick. An interesting note here at Barrie Speedway. In the 9 previous races, a driver has never won from the pole. J.R. Fitzpatrick, your pole sitter here today.
J.R. Fitzpatrick, I'm sure, is quite aware of that stat and looking forward to breaking it.
Well, for sure, and he's looking forward to visiting Victory Lane on an oval. He's only done that once in his NASCAR career. Have a look at this dice. A little bit deeper in the field. DJ Kennington trying to make that outside groove work. It's a battle for 10th spot.
Kennington rolling in on the outside very well, but Simone in that preferred groove gets a good bite up off the bottom.
Well, you look up just ahead of them, and it's a battle for points. The 47 of LP Dumoulin comes into this one as your points leader. Andrew Ranger sitting in third in the point standings, and keep in mind, too, the man who comes into this one second is currently leading. That's J.R. Fitzpatrick, but LP Dumoulin 8th, and now he'll be back to 9th as they head through 3 and 4.
Well, Fitzpatrick needs help to win this championship. He needs to put as many cars between him and the 47 as he can. So right now, even though the 27 wants to win a race and he's in the championship himself, we need as many cars as we can between the 84 and the 47 or vice versa to make sure it's a contended race.
Boy, the look on LP Dumoulin's face when we saw that onboard shot. You look at his eyes and he's just hanging on to that steering wheel. Something not right in the handling department of that car.
Well, right now he's just smart to just let it ride out. You know, get to the pit stop, get Gosselin to make a change on the race car, keep the fenders on it, because the fenders have to be on it to finish this race and to win the championship.
And Billy, we've talked about how tight and how tough this little racetrack is, but there are 2 distinct grooves here, and those 2 grooves can work. We've seen it in the past.
Dave, not only 2 grooves, but 2 really different corners. Turn 1 and 2 traditional. Get it down in, get it stopped, and turn it. Turn 3, drive her on in until you think you're not going to make it, and then get it turned and drive off of turn 4.
And the visibility from turn 4 is you see a left front lockup on the 15 of Stephen Matthews, but the visibility off of 4 is very difficult as well. Alex Tagliani now battling with the 0-2 of Mark Dilley for 5th spot. As they work through turn 4, you see the inside wall and then the outside wall. There's really much of a gap there.
The 15 really losing momentum as Dilley is running them down.
Riding on board the Leland Ford on Mark Dilley. You see him peeking to the outside now, trying to dive it down, getting a little bit rough on the back bumper, and this is for the lead. Scott Steckley in the 22 to the inside of the 84. That's the first time Steckley has been able to take a peek as they work up on the back bumper of the 98 of Larry Jackson.
Down into turn 3, you can really see the 84 car get over on the right front and make some serious side bite up off the corner.
Jackson in the Omvic Dodge is currently sitting in 14th position, and he'll be watching his mirror with the leaders coming up on his back bumper, trying to stay to the inside, giving them at least a groove.
There's a battle for 4th right there as Dilley drives it into the outside, overcooks the corner a little bit. Let's see him get a drive off the corner. No, the 18's going to scoop the spot.
Boy, way up on the outside went the 0-2, and here comes Dilley, a clear shot down the back straight. Up on the outside of the 15 of young Stephen Matthews. There you see the body damage on the nose of the 18 of Alex Tagliani. Doesn't seem to be affecting the car, and he puts a little bit more body damage to it.
Pretty neat when you talk about home track knowledge. Mark Dilley smart enough to know where to get the run up off the corner and keep the car clean, but Tag was right there.
Second spot changing hands. The 3 of Jason Hathaway sneaks underneath the 22 of Scott Steckley. Now looking for the lead down the back straightaway. They're side by side.
Jason Hathaway was sitting kitty by the door.
That's door. That's your door. Watch your way, keep coming. You see him there. Keep doing your stuff.
doing his job. Just as I said, Kitty by the door, the spotter was telling J.R. Fitzpatrick, he's at the door, clear. So now we have a new leader in the 3, and let's see what happens now. Let's see if he sets sail, Dave.
And they're into traffic, and look at who that traffic is. The 47-year points leader, LP Dumoulin, and the 25 of Joey McComb. Joey currently in 13th position, looking for a good race here. This used to be his home track. Cut his racing teeth here in a late model at Barrie Speedway.
Whoa, a little contact between the 25 and the 84.
The leaders aren't going to be too patient, despite the fact it's still early on in this Wahta Springs 300.
Well, 300 laps on a little third mile. You can't be real patient. You got to keep the nose on it, but you got to get it while it's there because, man, look how quick we've lapped right into the top 12 cars.
And Joey McComb will try and stay in that spot. He wants to be the first car a lap down in the event of a caution in the Park Source Toronto Maple Leafs number 25.
Oh, J.R. Fitzpatrick, big time loose off of turn 2. That opened the door on the bottom for the 22.
Should remind you that the Rockstar Chevrolet, the number 3 of Jason Hathaway, is your race leader. He's been able to navigate the lap traffic very well. Has spread some distance between himself and the 22 of Scott Steckley. J.R. Fitzpatrick currently holding 3rd.
J.R. Fitzpatrick with that contact with the 25. I'm betting the tire's going down. That chassis has gone away, and that just does not happen on that 84 car very often.
And already beat up number 76, Tim Horton's Dodge of Jeff Lapsevich. Doing well racing with Anthony Simoni. There you see him in the upper groove. His car was a little bit sideways just one lap ago, sitting in 6th spot, or battling for 6th spot with the 95.
Oh, the Tim Hortons coffee car has been stirred quite a bit. The fender's hanging, the bumper's hanging, and he just bounces it off the wall.
And the 0-2 of Mark Dilley now up in the high groove, and that's going to open the door for the 95 of Simoni. 5th spot up for grabs in this dice.
Side by side, both digging very hard here at Barrie.
Billy, as a race car driver, how do you ever stay patient in a place like this?
You don't? No, let's get serious. These guys are pros. They know when to charge and when to back off. Mark Dilley has so much knowledge of his racetrack. Oh, the 15 up and smoking, around goes the 95. He's going to take the 76 and the 02.
A big hit by Jeff Lapsevich, and the 95 of Simoni also with damage to the back end on board now with the 0-2 of Mark Dilley. Everybody trying to get it fired, but they won't make it in time. The 3 of Hathaway has made it around, so these cars now a lap down.
What a bad break. The 15 goes up in smoke, puts oil and coolant down on the racetrack. Simoni gets in it and goes around backwards. Dilley's still safe, but here he comes up the racetrack and traps him in the fence. The 76 just panics in the oil and hits the fence.
First caution of the race, and now the Rockstar Chevy is in. Spencer?
Race leader Jason Hathaway pulls in for a splash of fuel. That'll get the 3 car the rest of the way home. The 22 car right next door, Scott Steckley, pits at a 2nd spot. They're going to come down on the Panhard bar, a little bit of wedge, and Steckley will rejoin the field.
And the 84 of J.R. Fitzpatrick is taking just fuel on this stop. Meanwhile, the 27 of Andrew Ranger, he'll be getting some right side tires.
The hood's up on the 17, a crew member right down that left front corner, Dave. Maybe a sway bar adjustment.
And problems for the 9 of Kerry Mix in the early going of this one. He'll pull it behind the wall, but there is your race leader, the 3 of Hathaway. A strong NASCAR Canadian Tire Series field lined up and is ready for the restart here at Barrie Speedway as they get set for the green flag on lap 109 of the Wahta Springs 300. Green's back out. We're back underway.
Oh, the 84 up and all that oil dry. That's not much traction up there. But these side-by-side restarts, you got to get all you can get.
Not to mention, not much visibility as well. It spread a cloud of dust for the rest of the field. Surprised we made it through. There you see, still the hazy vision as J.R. Fitzpatrick doing his best street sweeper impersonation. Should mention just 6 cars on the lead lap. The 0-2, the 95, and the 76 all went down a lap, and of course the 15 of Stephen Matthews ended up blowing up a rear gear going into turn number 1, causing that caution to start off with.
We got some great action up front. The top 3 can throw a blanket over. Everybody wants to win here at Barrie Speedway.
It is the 3 of Jason Hathaway your leader. There's the 27 of Andrew Ranger picking up right side tires during that last pit stop. The 18 of Alex Tagliani slotting in behind the Mopar Dodge.
27 Ranger got a great shot of what's going on for 2nd place, and J.R. Fitzpatrick just not willing to give that spot up just yet. Wow, the spotters doing their job tonight, Dave.
I was going to say, JR almost bounced bouncing off that outside wall on the front stretch as he battles with the Canadian Tire Dodge of Scott Steckley. Now here comes Ranger. Look at how superhuman those Goodyear Eagles make you feel.
Nothing wrong with a new set of Goodyear goodies.
As Ranger will pick up third spot, pushing J.R. Fitzpatrick. Backhand Fitzpatrick all kinds of crooked in turn number 3. As you look at the two different boxes, you'll see on the left is the battle for third. Battle for fifth is on the right-hand side.
Dave, I love watching two screens, but I want to watch them both at once and can't see them both at once.
One has the 22 of Scott Steckley battling with the 27 of Andrew Ranger. The other one, DJ Kennington, in the 17 and the 18 of Alex Tagliani. There you throw in the 95 of Anthony Simoni into that battle for fifth as well. But here you go. Andrew Ranger to the inside of Scott Steckley.
That 27 Mopar Dodge out of DK's shop and Billy Burns calling the shots. It's starting to get some momentum.
27 of Ranger now opening up a bit of a gap as he sneaks around the 22 of Scott Steckley. There's a look back to the battle for fourth. And it is the Castrol Edge Dodge of DJ Kennington. So the Equipment Express Chevy of J.R. Fitzpatrick seems to be falling off the pace just a little bit.
Well, the 76 is around backwards.
Big problems for the Tim Hortons Dodge. A caution comes out, and it looks like contact with the 95 of Anthony Simoni.
Well, Dave, you don't get around backwards in the middle of the straightaway all by yourself. You usually go off the front bumper of another car.
Those two are battling so hard for the last 5 laps. We'll have another look at it. Look coming into your screen late. There's the 76. Lucky not to hit that inside wall.
Make no mistake, he was into him all the way off the corner.
Another round of pit stops, though. Spencer Lewis is standing by. Spencer?
J.R. Fitzpatrick onto pit road. They'll attack the right side of the car. First tire stop of the evening for the Chevrolet of J.R. Fitzpatrick.
So Fitzpatrick gets his desired wish in two brand new Goodyear Eagles. A full moon. You never want to point that out, especially on a short track as the cars line up for restart number 2. We're on lap 127. And your leader continues to be the number 3 of Jason Hathaway. He'll have Andrew Ranger restarting on the outside.
Dave, cautions breed cautions, because here we go once more, side by side down into turn 1 under green.
And for turn number 1, Ranger pokes a nose up on the outside as we go through turn 1 and 2, all side by side. Now Steckley falls into single file with the 17 of DJ Kennington, but back in the front, we're still door handle to door handle.
The 27 got a good drive up off the corner, but he's given the 3 lots of room on the bottom. Don't give him too much room, because he's been bullet fast so far.
But you can see with that outside of turn number 2, you can really get on the gas early, and then you sail it into turn number 3, as you mentioned earlier.
The 3 really roll in the center, Dave. You really see the difference in the two styles. Ranger gets the car square into the corner, gets it stopped, and then turns it. The 3, he rolls that baby right in there on the right rear.
It's a good look at the 76 of Lapsevich, the 98 of Jackson, the 25 of Joey McComb. Of course, McComb racing with a little bit of a heavy heart here this weekend. Lost a longtime crew member, Ken Foster. He passed away. A big-time support of the 25 team since day 1, and never a job too small, so he'll be dearly missed in the pits.
Racers are a tight-knit family, and you never want to lose one, but it does happen.
Tight-knit group on the racetrack, and it's a battle for third. The 17 of DJ Kennington, the 84 of J.R. Fitzpatrick, and the 22 of Scott Steckley, all battling very, very closely.
The 84 car's got those fresh right sides, and we've seen the hood up on DJ Kennington. Obviously, that chassis adjustment was to his liking.
Yeah, brought that car to life, but we have to send out a big thank you, too, to Diane and Rick and Angie here at Barrie Speedway. They do a wonderful job. They work so hard along with Dave Simcoe getting this place ready. It looked fantastic ever since the moment we pulled in. Big crowd here today. Big thumbs up to their crew.
It is a beautiful, fast facility, Dave. DJ Kennington had to succumb to the 84, though, as those fresh Goodyears are starting to make some time.
Already at the Tim Hortons halfway update, 3 leaders so far today, 4 lead changes, 2 cautions for a total of 23 short laps around this third of the mile oval. Impressive run, Erica Thiering, who's around backwards in turn number 3, so that'll bring out the third caution of the evening here at Barrie Speedway. Unfortunate for Erica, she tries to refire, but looks like she'll go another lap down.
Let's have a look. We're right on board with her. Down the straightaway, off into the corner she goes. Oh, maybe maybe a little bit of help. I would say so.
Yeah, you can hear the thump, but gives another opportunity for another round of pit stops, and in comes the 3.
Once leader Jason Hathaway rolls to a stop on pit road, getting the tire stops out of the way. They'll start with the right sides. Remember, Hathaway took his fuel stop earlier on tonight.
The 18 of Alex Tagliani is in. So is the 25 of Joey McComb. But look at how tight pit road is. You can see the crews battling for real estate as they go to work trying to stay safe, trying to do the work on the cars. But your leader is the 27 of Ranger. Working lap 158 of 300 here at Barrie Speedway for the 10th round of the 2014 NASCAR Canadian Tire Series. Leader Andrew Ranger has chosen the preferred lower groove as Sean Gibbs waves the green flag for the 3rd restart of the night.
He spun the tires hard off at turn 4, and that allowed J.R. Fitzpatrick to get there. Don't forget, Fitzpatrick's got the freshest right side tire. And
don't forget, too, that the 47 of LP Dumoulin, your points leader coming into this race, received the free pass during that caution. That is very important.
Well, that car was struggling early on. That crew needs to make some serious adjustment to keep him competitive.
And take an eye on the Honey Goo ticker across the top of your screen. Find out where your favorite driver is running. There's LP Dumoulin. You see him passing by in 7th. But this, the battle for top spot as J.R. Fitzpatrick takes it over. And he is once again your race leader in the Autism Speaks Canada number 84.
Listen, those guys up off the corner hard on the loud pedal, and they're putting distance on the 3rd place car of DJ Kennington.
You're not on the gas very long, are you? Whoa! Got problems as the 22 of Steckley up in turn number 2. Comes to a stop, no caution yet. You see the crew trying to make contact. Now the caution comes out. So this will slow the field once again. But Steckley just slowing. Let's listen.
You heard the motor rev up and you can hear the vibration in the microphone. Something in the drivetrain, but I'm assuming on this little bull ring it's a gear.
And Billy, the Canadian Tire Dodge now down pit lane, but we're hearing they have radio transmission issues compounding this problem.
The crew's all looking underneath the back. That's Greg Gibson on the left rear right there. He's the car chief, and he's pretty smart. He'll figure it out quick.
It looks like your call of a rear end gear might be the right one as we get set for a restart. On board the number 25 Toronto Maple Leafs part source Dodge of Joey McComb. And now it is J.R. Fitzpatrick leading him off of turn number 4 and bringing him back up to speed.
Side by side, one more time down into turn 1. The 27 trapped up on the outside. That's going to open the bottom up for the Castro Dodge.
Andrew Ranger hanging into that high groove, trying to build a run, still side by side for 3rd and 4th as well. Hathaway will take away 3rd and dive in front of the 17 of Kennington.
The 3's showing his muscle again, Dave. He's been tough on these ovals all year, and he's hunting the front.
Boy, whatever J.R. Fitzpatrick did when he stopped for tires and made adjustments, that has really changed that number 84 Chevrolet.
Look at the 3 turn the middle. He diamond off turn 3, drove it down the bottom, and he'll take the spot from Ranger.
Steals it away from the Mopar Dodge of Andrew Ranger. Ranger's been pretty good in that upper groove, though, and he tries to hang on the outside of 1 and 2, but Hathaway just too strong. You hear they're not on the gas very long here.
I'll tell you, this little bull ring, you're on the gas and off the gas a lot of times, and that's probably why the 22 broke the gear. They build a lot of heat.
It's a pair of Chevrolets at the front of the field with the 84 of Fitzpatrick. Now comes the 3 of Hathaway to the inside.
That's your door. That's your door outside. No, that's the door. That's your wheel. You're going to pull him here. You're going to pull him. Clear, clear.
The spotter acting as a driver's coach. That's Jeff Gutler, and he's darn good at his job, and he coached his guy to the front.
Sure did. Now able to open up about a car length lead over the 84 of J.R. Fitzpatrick. There's Andrew Ranger still hanging in that upper groove, holding on to 3rd spot. And they're working on the 22 car, needing to get him back out for points. Spencer?
We're going to get in here and grab a word with former series champion Scott Steckley. Scott, it started out looking to be a promising night for the 22. Definitely not the way you were looking to end it.
No, that's for sure. We had a great car. We were just being patient for the end, but we had something go wrong in the rear end.
There you have it, guys. He was looking to implement some strategy here this evening. Unfortunately, Scott Steckley sidelined here with the rear end issues.
Well, Dave, they gotta work hard on the race car because points are important. And the top 5 in points is very, very tight, and the 22 wants a piece of that action.
Boy, Quite tight on the racetrack, too. Look at the 18 Diacom Express Dodge of Alex Tagliani running into the 17 and off the pace, the 27 of Andrew Ranger. Second race in a row, that car is slowing mid-race.
Wow, the Mopar Dodge just not having any luck the last two races, right in the hunt, and now he's got problems here at Barrie.
Yeah, have a listen. You can hear it sounds. It's not quite blown up because the engine's still idling okay, but something the matter in the 98 of Larry Jackson, also off the pace down the back straightaway. This is going to cause a caution as Ranger dives through pit lane.
Ranger will take that car to the attention of his crew and try and get it diagnosed.
The Olympic Dodge of Larry Jackson slowing in turn number 3, and the hood is up on Ranger.
Show the wires are on.
Dave, they'll just be looking to make sure all the spark plug wires are on. Then with quick diagnosis here under caution and get them back out.
We'll see if it can be a quick fix. He'll need to do something in a hurry as Jason Hathaway continues to lead under caution. Jason Hathaway has so far been the man to beat here in the Wahta Springs 300 at Barrie Speedway as he lines up beside J.R. Fitzpatrick for restart number 4 of the evening. Here's we work lap 192.
The free pass went to Joey McComb in the 25. We now got 7 cars on the lead lap.
You see the drivers all falling into line as we go green here on the front chute. Hathaway and Fitzpatrick are drag race into turn 1.
Dave confirmed the 27 out with carburetor issues, and the 98 of Larry Jackson, he's got rear end problems as well.
Tough break for those two drivers as the Chevrolet's up in the front. The Rockstar Chevy of Jason Hathaway noses to the front. He'll lead that lap, but look at the 84. Fitzpatrick all kinds of crossways off the 2.
Well, you never have to worry about whether J.R. Fitzpatrick is using up the whole race car because 300 laps, he'll drive it till it's got no tires left on it.
Quietly sneaking up in this battle. How about the 76? You saw him flash by our gopher cam. Jeff Lapsevich has done an absolutely marvelous job after getting spun out on the front chute. That car is beat up from the feet up, but he is working it well.
Well, Jeff Lapsevich, you know, being a road course driver also makes you a good oval pilot, especially on these short tracks. He survived the spin cycle and got himself right back into position.
I saw a quick flash of the 0-2 of Mark Dilley in the Leland Ford. He is pressuring the 76 of Lapsevich on the track, but that's not a race for position. The 0-2 is a lap down.
Yeah, but Dave, in these short track races and in points championships, you got to race every lap and pass as many cars as you can.
Speaking of the points championship, second in points, the 84 of J.R. Fitzpatrick. Your point leader coming into this one has worked his way back up to 5th spot, keeping his nose clean as LP Dumoulin. There he is there.
Well, he's got some tire marks on the left side, but I said earlier, because he's the champion, they got to coach him just to stay out of all the trouble and everybody's racing and race your own race. And he's done that right back, and there's a fight for 4th.
Yeah, now he's up into 4th spot as he sneaks underneath the 76 of Lapsevich. Joey McComb is also on the lead lap in that battle in the 25 as we ride on board McComb, currently in 6th.
Up off the corner one more time. You can hear how gentle he is on the gas pedal.
So here, 3 drivers, actually. LP Dumoulin, Lapsevich, and Joey McComb all have been a lap down at some point here tonight.
Everybody needs a crew to do their job, and on every pit stop, they've made these race cars better.
You know, one driver we haven't really seen a lot of here today is the 5 of Noel Dowler in the EMCO Dodge. He actually came with his road course car. Just looking to gain some points, stay in the top 10 as Lapsevich and the 25 of McComb bounce off each other. But Noel Dowler currently sitting inside the top 10 at 8th spot, having a decent day.
Sometimes bringing your best piece isn't always the best thing to do. You just bring one that works and stays in one piece will get you a top 10.
Joey McComb looks like he's been through a couple hockey fights in the Toronto Maple Leafs Dodge as we take another look at your race leader. There you saw the flash of the EMCO Dodge of Noel Dowler as Jason Hathaway continues to put cars a lap down. Welcome back to Barrie Speedway as we ride on board with your race leader, 37-year-old Jason Hathaway, the pride of Dutton, Ontario. I'm Dave Bradley. Along with me is Billy Rouse Jr., Spencer Lewis, and Carly Hayward manning the pits for us here tonight. But we have a dice on our hands here at Barrie Speedway.
Always a great race here. You know, everybody is just trying to keep their cars clean and straight all night long. But I'm telling you, there's not a spot in this racetrack that you don't see somebody fighting with somebody for position.
And fighting hard, especially now that we're in the late stages of the Wahta Springs 300. And McComb slides up the racetrack in turn number 3. Here comes TJ Kennington for 5th.
McComb just overcooked the corner, and that allowed the 17 of DJ Kennington to scoop in on the bottom, and that's the preferred groove.
Now you have to remember the 25 of McComb has had some really good runs here in 2014. Really a breakthrough season in the Bud Morris zone, number 25, but he's still looking for his very first top 5, and he's not going to let this one get away.
Well, ever since he partnered with Bud Morris, you know, they've been working really hard with some new race cars and some new strategies, and McComb is making the best of it.
Lapsevich off the inside wall. You saw McComb get into the back of the Casserole Edge Dodge of DJ Kennington as everybody boxed up off of turn number 4.
Up front, it continues to be the 3 car, followed by the 84. I think he's pretty much got him on rinse cycle. He's just got to finish it out.
Could it be that J.R. Fitzpatrick is also just sitting back waiting for a late race run?
He doesn't sit back anytime. We said that many, many times. You get it all every lap when you ride with J.R. Fitzpatrick.
Let's have another look at this mess off of turn number 4 a little earlier.
Oh, it was a 4-car dust-up. You had the 76 into the 02, the 02 into the 25, and the 17 got a little rootin' in there as well.
Another piece of bodywork coming off the Tim Hortons Dodge of Jeff Lapsevich. Now Mark Dilley in the 02 up in the outside groove. Dilley is still down a lap in 9th position, so this not a battle for position.
Look at this, the 5 of Noel Dowler started 13th tonight, running 8th in a converted road course car.
Currently a couple laps down. There's a Rookie of the Year candidate, the number 56, and Matthew Scannell battling with a fellow rookie, Erica Thiering. And that's a dice for 11th spot. They've been near each other all night.
Well, both black race cars still very clean. Not a lot of donuts on the 2 rookies, so they're very respectful tonight.
Yeah, just learning a lot here, and this is a great place to do it. I mean, if you can race at Barrie Speedway, it's something that Mark Dilley once said. If you can race here, you can race anywhere. We've got a car off the pace, off of turn number 2, and it is the 02 of Mark Dilley.
Wow, more trouble for the Leland 02.
The engine seems to be fired. Looks like he may have a tire down. There you see sparks on the left front. So big problems for the Ford Fusion of Mark Dilley.
Dave, a certain suspension failure in the left front. You know, he's been running hard all night to get back in contention. Just hasn't been his night. Don't go away. We'll be back with more as the 3 continues to lead.
Working lap 265 as we get set for another restart here in the Wahta Springs 300, but every restart counts this late in the race, and it's Hathaway and Fitzpatrick into turn 1.
Pair of Chevrolets up front, Dave, and they've been up there all night. Now they're going to try and settle it between them.
Let's give a shout out to the 18 of Alex Tagliani, though. Speaking of a driver who's been hanging near the front of the field all night long as Fitzpatrick once again slides the back end of that car, but this number 18 has been absolutely solid.
And Tags hasn't been shy. Look at the nose of that car. It is beat up.
And the 22 of Scott Steckley is back out on the racetrack, so repairs made to the number 22 Canadian Tire Dodge, and the number 5 of Noel Dowler received the free pass during that last caution. He's now 1 lap down, still in 8th spot.
The 47 LP Dumoulin protecting his point lead solidly in the top 5.
Always gets to be nervous times when you're working in lap traffic, especially when you catch the mid-corner, especially when a car is off the pace. You never really know how to pass them.
Yeah, she's a Saturday night shootout from right here, Dave. 30 laps to go, and we'll see who's brought the best gun to this knife fight.
Before the race, I was down in the pits talking to Jason Hathaway, asking him how good the car was, how much he liked this racetrack, and how good he felt about tonight, and how worried he was about the 84 of J.R. Fitzpatrick. And he says, I'm not worried about him. He's a road course expert now. As look, Alex Tagliani makes a move on the 84.
Talking about the road course expert right there. You know, IndyCar, trucks, whatever he gets in, Alex Tagliani is fast.
A pole sitter at the Indianapolis 500 to running and rubbing for second here at Barrie Speedway. A little push up the racetrack. Now here comes Fitzpatrick, a little payback into 3.
Yeah, you can't rough up the 84 and not expect to get it be returned and return fast.
That's a battle for second spot in behind the 3 of Jason Hathaway. Your points leader in the 47 Dumoulin is going to take them both coming off of turn number 2.
I told you she was a Saturday night shootout from here.
Boy, what a move by your points leader. Now a rub in turn number 4 from Dumoulin as he pushes the 84 up the racetrack.
Run him up high, run him out of room, and now here we come, the 84 back on the bottom, and he gets into the 47 all the way down the corner.
Now Dumoulin thinking big picture, as is the 84 of J.R. Fitzpatrick. Fitzpatrick seeing his chances at a championship slipping away with the 47 ahead of him. He knows he has to leapfrog that car.
Yeah, but right now he's comfortable. He's got his friend DJ Kennington right behind him, knowing that he won't rough him up, and maybe they can get going now.
J.R. Fitzpatrick has to cool his temper in behind that steering wheel and start hitting his marks. We know that car is very, very good. It's coming under pressure now from the Castrol edge dodge of DJ Kennington, giving him a little shove.
Oh, these two have gone at it many, many times, and you'll see. Whoa, the 95 Simone around off of turn 4.
Caution out.
That's up in turn number 4, as you mentioned. He got it locked down, avoided the outside wall. Now he'll get it rolling again as he heads down the front chute, but he drives a late model on a regular Saturday night, avoids going a lap down, but here we go. Another caution in the late going. We have just 13 laps left. There's your leader, Jason Hathaway, but who's got something for him? Welcome back to the Wahta Springs 300 with just 5 laps to go. Where is the 47 of LP Dumoulin? He just pitted out of second spot, a flat left rear tire.
Up through the gearbox one more time. You've seen the 3 and the 84 rubbing on each other, coming to green. The 3, the preferred line off the corner. It's a drag race.
J.R. Fitzpatrick trying to hang on the outside. Kennington makes contact with the 18 of Alex Tagliani. Single file through the top 2. Here comes Fitzpatrick back to the inside.
DJ roughing him up again. The 18 not giving up on the outside.
Oh, Tagliani holding firm up on the outside. There is McComb battling with the 76 of Lapsevich as they smash doors down the back straightaway.
All kinds of smoke off the left front as everybody. Oh, and the 18's up and around off the 25 in the fence head first.
A big hit for the EpiPen dodge of Alex Tagliani, and a great night comes to an end. You see steam from the radiator. Obviously, caution is out once again, but contact with the 25 of Joey McComb sends Alex Tagliani into the wall.
Dave, what a tough night. The 18 was in the mix all night long, in a tie, top 5 spot to the finish. Could have got a better one, but he's in the wrong place at the wrong time as racing got a little tough. The 76 and the 25 scooped him up, head first in the fence.
And a hard lick. We'll get another shot from a different angle here. On board now, the 25 of Joey McComb.
17 and the 18 side by side. The 18 just gets run up high. He's got a lift, and then the other guys get into him. They got no place to go. The 18 was running out of racetrack.
There you see from onboard Kennington, and it looks like Lapsevich does finally get into him, bounces off the wall off the 25. And there you have a wrecked race car, nowhere to hide here at Barrie Speedway. But setting up for a green-white checker with more on our leaders, here's Spencer.
As we near what could be the final restart of the Wahta Springs 300, the radios are abuzz with activity. Jason Hathaway has radioed to his crew that he's happy with the condition of his car, but a little bit worried about the restart. The car's not taking off the way he wants it to, and it takes a lap or so for the 3 machine to come up to speed. Down pit road on the 84 camp, J.R. Fitzpatrick is not happy with the condition of the racetrack. Says there's oil still all the way around Barrie Speedway, even after the speedy dry was let down on the last caution. Couple of factors that might come into play late in the going.
Billy, they want to go. Look at them rubbing here. Still under caution as the pace car pulls in. Now we're back under green. A green-white checker to settle at the Wahta Springs 300.
JR got a great drive off of turn 4, but they're into each other huge down the backstretch. Look at the rubber flying off them race cars.
You saw the speedy drive to the inside of turn number 1. They are beating and banging every single inch around this third of a mile racetrack. White flag is up. 1 more lap to go.
DJ Kennington just needs to get up there and put a bumper on one of them. He'd win this race, but that's not his style. He'll just sit and watch the show.
It's anyone's race. Hathaway on the inside. They make contact again. Fitzpatrick up high and off the 4. It's going to be Hathaway.
The big drag race. Both those guys hard on the loud pedal to the finish line.
Kennington will come home third. Dumoulin and Lapsevich rounding out the top 5. But there will be a big celebration in victory lane as the 3 will make his way back.
Wake up and smell the coffee. When they tell you their service and collision parts or accessories are as good as original, get out of there. Your vehicle deserves the best. Genuine Mopar. With Mopar, it's easy to keep your baby looking good and running great. Let someone else settle for knockoffs. Get the best for your Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, Ram, SRT, and Fiat. We are Mopar. Demand authentic performance.
It has been said that beauty is found within, that what's on the inside is what really counts. Agreed. Made with pride, crafted with passion. This is the Jeep Grand Cherokee, the most awarded SUV ever.
You would text here, but you wouldn't text here. You would text here, but you wouldn't text here. You would text here, but you wouldn't text here. So why would anybody text here?
For the 5th time in his career, Jason Hathaway from Dutton, Ontario will make the trip around to visit Spencer Lewis in Victory Lane. And Billy, as we take a look at the top 10 finishers, some unfamiliar faces in there.
Well, hey, she's a 300-lap bull ring, and we got some good surprises. Joey McComb come home 6th. Noel Dower in his road course car come home 7th.
Matthew Scannell in 9th spot, and now Jason Hathaway ready to jump out. Spencer?
He will make it back-to-back victories here at Barrie Speedway. The Wahta Springs 300 winner. It is the rock star, Jason Hathaway, back here in Victory Lane at Barrie Speedway. Hathaway is pumped, doing a bit of a roof dance for us. Had a little bit of bad luck in recent weeks. Excited to be back short track racing. Jay, you made it known how excited you were to come back to Barrie Speedway. It don't get no prettier than that. That's short track racing 101, a Saturday night shootout here at Barrie.
Well, we had the car to beat once again. We weren't going to leave that one at home. JR and I ran hard. We're good buddies, and I knew we could use him up a little bit for a win. He's running for a championship. We're running for race wins and trying to get sponsors for next year. So it's the only reason we're here. We're here to win races and put on a hell of a party after with all the Rockstar boys, all the HGC, Mobile One, Choco, Fast Eddie. We got Fast Eddie on board this week. They finally paid their bill and they got on the car for second last race of the year. So got to thank my boys. They worked their ass off from Riverside. We had that one in the bag too. We mix up there, but hell of a race. Awesome. Hope the fans loved it.
There you have it, folks. Picture perfect finish here. The whole family in Victory Lane with Jason Hathaway. Unbelievable finish to the Wahta Springs 300. Over to Carly.
Second place finish for you. I know it's not exactly what you wanted, but some great short track racing out there.
Yeah, I mean, it was good. He got me just enough in the center of 3 and 4 where I just couldn't pick the throttle up. But I mean, great effort by everybody in this crew. I mean, we struggled quite a bit at the beginning there, and it still wasn't just perfect. I mean, that 3 car, their oval program is really stout. So, you know, we gained a little bit of points, but I mean, that 47 is pretty strong. So good for them to have a good finish here today, and we'll just keep on moving. But that was pretty exciting.
Thanks very much, JR. Great job done by him today. Gained a couple of points on the number 47 of LP Dumoulin, your current points leader.
As a matter of fact, Carly, he picks up 3 points as we take a look at the current standings. 16 markers separate the top 2 heading into the final race.
And DJ Kennington was able to leapfrog the 27 into 3rd spot. Andrew Ranger, just 2 races in a row, couldn't seal the deal.
Ryan Ramsey from Wahta Springs and Rick Hurst from Barrie Speedway handing out the Crystal Steering Wheel Trophy made from Elliott Lake as Jason Hathaway races it high above his head. The Wahta Springs 300 has been brought to you by Gaunt Collision Centers, now open in Barrie, Ontario. And by Honeygoo from Clean Flow, a honey of a lube. So there's 1 race remaining, 1 more chance to spray the champagne in Victory Lane. It'll be the Pinty's 250 at Wahta Speedway. From all of us at Fuel Media Lab, for Spencer, Carly, Billy, I'm Dave Bradley. So long from Barrie.
This copyrighted telecast may not be reproduced, retransmitted, or used in any form without the authorized written consent of NASCAR Broadcasting. NASCAR would like to thank all of our loyal fans for your continued support, and we hope you enjoyed today's broadcast.